Sunday, April 10, 2022. Palm Sunday of the Passion of the Lord. The Gospel reading before the procession on Palm Sunday is always the royal entry of Jesus into Jerusalem, although the main reading of the day is the Passion narrative. The Jerusalem entry provides the final backdrop for the capital punishment of Jesus. It was the Passover season in Jerusalem. Jesus had traveled around 100 kilometers from Galilee with a large caravan of followers. In such pilgrimages, it is usual for the people of a village or town to go together. Moreover, Jesus had become an accepted leader in Galilee and had a significant number of followers who accompanied him. Their arrival had become a spectacle in the eyes of the Jerusalemites. About 20 years ago, another Galilean, by the name of Judas, had come to Jerusalem rebelling against Rome. The temple authorities had vivid memories of how the Romans killed them and put down the rebellion. But Judas had left a philosophy with the Jews that they were to be ruled only by God. A large majority of people might have adopted this idea. The temple authorities knew that if another uprising took place, the temple and everything sacred would be completely taken over by the Romans. They were afraid that Jesus and the team he had assembled had such a rebellion in mind. Unlike the warrior kings who ride horses, Jesus enters the temple area on a humble colt. The full impact of the symbolism of the king on the colt will be understood only if we read it from the Gospel of Matthew, who refers to a donkey and a colt, not one, but two animals. The text is directly taken from Zechariah chapter 9, verse 9, where two animals are mentioned. The donkey and its offspring prefigure the Jewish religion and its offshoot, the church. Jesus on the donkey will not only recall the prophecy of the Messiah arriving on a humble donkey, but also a peaceful takeover of Jerusalem. The Jews of the time, with the oppression of the Romans, may have known Zechariah's prophecy by heart, as expectation of the arrival of the Messiah was rife in the air. The previous verse, Zechariah 9:8, speaks of taking possession of the temple. So, the drama played in the mind of the people was that Jesus was going to take over the temple forever from the Roman forces and the half-blood Jew Herod, and that he would do so peacefully. He is arriving as the King of Peace. Reading Zechariah would bring out in glaring detail how the whole drama of Jesus, the entry into Jerusalem, going to the Mount of Olives, and the conversations during his interrogation were the fulfillment of the prophecies, unfolding in the midst of the people. Jesus was undoubtedly taken to be the Messiah by these people. Given this messianic aura, Jesus was exactly what scared the chief priest and his company. Their conspiracy was to erase that concept altogether from the mind of the people. The attempt to put Jesus to trial as a Galilean is also to put doubt in the mind of the people that the Messiah was supposed to come from Galilee. From the temple authorities, protecting the temple and the business was of supreme importance. The Messiah was not supposed to come at this time. The people were expecting a physical takeover of Jerusalem by Jesus, who would then begin his rule from Jerusalem. This would be the case if you read, literally, the prophecies of Zechariah. Even the disciples believed in the physical takeover. It is in this context that we understand what the disciples were arguing about on their way to Jerusalem. Who would get the more important positions in the kingdom of Jesus? The Zebedee brothers came with their mother to request the most important places on the right and on the left hand of Jesus. They thought about a kingdom on earth, not a kingdom of heaven. Remember that Jesus was interrogated with that question, if he was a king. Never had Jesus spoken about his kingship before. But the kingship came under interrogation specifically because of this prophecy that the people were seeing played out with the entry of Jesus on a donkey. Jesus would break that expectation and teach Pilate a lesson about the heavenly kingdom. The Jewish belief was that the Messiah would enter the Temple Mount from the East Gate, the Golden Gate, through which Jesus entered the temple on that day. This is a beautiful convergence of many messianic prophecies. Remember, even the mention of Bethany, which lies to the east of the city, is to highlight the coming of the Messiah from the east. A kingdom has certain features. Most significantly, it has a king. It has some subjects, a territory, and laws and regulations to govern. In the case of the kingdom of God, we know clearly that Christ is the king. His territory is the whole universe and is not limited to the divisions drawn on the face of the earth by the people. What we need to do to belong to his kingdom is to live by the law of his kingdom, which is, most predominantly, love. He enlists into his kingdom those who are willing to die for love.